This card terrifies me, and if you're in the Pokemon trading card business, it should scare you too. My name is Andy. We run We Geek Together. We're a trading card game store and a D&D store. But we got this card in. This card is the Red Victini. It's a very valuable card, over $500. However, it is a really, really convincing fake. And that's what's terrifying about it. The foiling and the front of it look extremely good. This had me, as well as it had one of our professional graders, fold. This card fooled us for a while. We had a gut feeling that something was wrong with it, but it took us a while to identify what made it a fake. And that's what's so scary, is because it passed a lot of our primary tests. Maybe I'll do an upcoming video on how to spot fakes. It is a double-edged sword with that. The more news that gets out to the community, the more ammo it gives these counterfeiters. But one thing I will say, a great way to spot a counterfeit, like 95% of the time, is to compare it to a real card. One of the things counterfeiters struggle with is the back printing. This is really tough for them to replicate, and especially if you have a jeweler's loop and that you can compare these side to side, it then becomes apparent that this is a fake. Another great way to spot fakes is by the feel of the card. Real Pokemon cards or Magic cards have a certain feel to them, and fakes have a very, very hard time having that feel. The other way to tell is by a bend test. You know, this card stock is heavily protected through their companies, and so fakers can't buy the same card stock. Now that feels bad. If this was a $500 card, you probably don't want to get your finger oils on it or bend it. But that was one of the best ways we were able to identify that this card wasn't real, was by the feel test. That leads on to my other piece of advice. When you're buying these cards or looking to buy these cards, do it at a local game store or person to person. If you do it at a local game stores live or die on reviews, word of mouth, and community. And I work really hard to authenticate my cards and make sure I'm not passing on fakes to my community. And good game stores will do that. They understand bad Google reviews and bad word of mouth can kill their business. So they're going to protect themselves and protect their customers. But if you're buying it online, either through WhatsApp or through eBay, that protection isn't guaranteed. In fact, you might be buying through a scummy person who's just made an account, selling it over the week, and then closing the account and taking all the money and running. So I recommend buying them in person. That allows you to see the card, really see if there's anything fishy about it. Buying it from a local game store also gives you the ease of mind that they'll make it right, or they have reviews that they live or die on.